Hello, PGA Digital Creatives. Welcome to Challenge 2. All right, so what I'm doing here, I have 3 short videos for you. This first one just kind of introduces the project. I'm going to have a tutorial video where I kind of show you how to do the project, and then there's a little introduction video about the artist that we're talking about. So hopefully that'll help rather than one long one. We do 3 short ones. Okay, so we're moving past Adobe Spark. We're getting into Adobe Fresco, and we're talking about well, it's digital drawing and then combining kind of photography and drawing. And if you look at human creativity and drawing, they're linked. We have been and I don't want to read this to you, guys can read this, but developing digital drawing skills and painting skills will open doors in your imagination and in creativity, and Adobe Fresco is a really good way to do it. It's a pretty amazing app that really resembles oil and watercolor and how it works and interacts with each other on a canvas, and they do that digitally. But there's also a lot of creativity in terms of bringing in photos and that kind of stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of possibilities. In this challenge, we're going to explore one simple project just to really introduce Fresco to you. I think you'll enjoy it. And kind of gives you some basic overview of the principles of digital drawing and painting. And then once we're done with that first challenge, there's kind of a part 2 of the challenge, which allows you to really kind of explore and do your own thing with Adobe Fresco. So Julian Opie, he is the artist that we are going to kind of mimic or go by his our work will be influenced by him. He's a pop artist that was influenced by Andy Warhol. I don't know, hopefully you know who Andy Warhol is. He's a very famous artist back in the 60s and 70s, and he did a lot of this pop art. He had the what was the soup? Who was the soup? Campbell's soup cans and stuff that he did. And then Opie uses layers, and then he uses vector graphics, and he does a little bit of animation and simple shapes, and really does this pretty. I love his style. It's a really interesting style. So rather than me talk about it, what you need to do is pause the video right now. So pause it and watch this short video on Julian Opie, and then we'll come back and I'll introduce the project to you. So pause now and watch the video. Okay, welcome back. All right, so now that you get introduced to Julian Opie as an artist, kind of see what he's all about. What he was talking about was these cave paintings, these ochre cave paintings, where ancient man would take their hand and they would put this kind of like rust, I don't know what it was, like rust or dirt or something on it to do paintings. He was kind of inspired by that, and he's known for these very simple portraits that is kind of looking at the lines of the human face, and then and using that silhouette to kind of create some art. So he's done a ton of stuff, and what we're going to do is we're going to do some self-portraits in the Opie style, and these are some examples. These are student examples, that from the internet. Some of these are pretty elaborate. Don't fret. You don't have to be. There's no judgment on how you do, and I'll show you some of my work so you get an idea for how elaborate. You can make this as elaborate or simple as you like. So here's some examples of work I did last year when I did a similar project. There is the original picture of my daughter, and then the portrait. You'll note with Opie, the eyes and the mouth, a lot of times he'll just do a straight line for the mouth and really basic eye structure. In this portrait, I chose to do more of an eye. But like in this one with my daughter and then our friend's daughter, we kept it very simple. I did real simple just for the eyes and O's. So you can see how there's a little bit of a different technique. Both ways is fine. Also with the hair, on this one the hair was really a flat color, and this one I kind of had, I used watercolor brush in Fresco to get a little bit more depth in the hair. Here's one of my sister, my nephew, and myself. So you could do multiple people if you so desire on this. This is my daughter playing rugby as well. And I added the background. And then this one, we were out last fall with Pumpkin Patch. And you can see I added a few more lines in terms of getting a little bit of depth into the clothes and whatnot. So you can have a lot of creativity. So the idea here is that you're going to watch the tutorial on the next page. It's a separate video on kind of the how-to part of it. All right, you're going to take either a self-portrait of yourself, or if you have a picture of a family member or a relative or something, make sure that that is on the camera roll of the iPad. You can open up Fresco. You'll sign in with your Adobe ID, choose a new file, and go to town and do your own Opie-like self-portrait. All right, and then we will upload that to Google Classroom, and that will be phase 1 of the challenge.